Welcome to Selfish Confidence, a place where we can connect and be real about how hard it is to be your damn self. My name is Jess, and my goal is to help you build confidence and belief in yourself to live any life path you want, even if it's unconventional. It's time to flip off societal pressures and connect with women who've also felt on the outside by their life choices. We're here to encourage you to grab the mic and speak your truth. I know it can be scary, but we're in this together. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Selfish Confidence Podcast. It's Jess here, and I'm sitting in the confidence corner, and Polly literally just walked in. Hey girl, what's up? She's mad at me because I brought our two of her favorite chairs in the house over to our event that we had on Friday night, Boss Talk, which was a networking and live podcasting event. And I brought 2 chairs with me and I left them there because I was just like, I don't want to carry these home in the rain. So I left them there. She's still mad at me for it. She came in the office. She's like, where's my chair? And I was like, sorry, it's not here. So I got to go pick those up. Anyways, that being said, hello, I'm sitting in the confidence corner and there's a couple things that I had on my heart that I really wanted to chat with you about on this beautiful Monday morning. I am feeling all the energy that comes post-event, being Boss Talk that we had on Friday night, pre-event that we have for Empower Her coming up this weekend, and just all of like the energy in between that you're just like, am I going to get everything done? Did I say the right things? There's so many different things that pop into your head post-event that you're hosting, and also just like pre-event as we get ready to step into a really big and busy weekend that I'll be traveling for. And for those of you wondering, yes, Boss Talk was a live podcasting event, and that episode will be released on the podcast probably in a few weeks. So keep your eyes peeled for an amazing episode. It was totally live, so we did it in person in front of a group of people. My first time ever doing that. Normally, I'm just sitting in the corner over here all by myself. But it was really like energizing to do it in a room of people who really wanted to hear from you and also just like chat about business and life and all the things. So it was such a powerful networking event because we really got to have this intimate moment sharing about our business, but listening to everybody who came, what they were doing, what their business was about, what their big dream was, where they were in the business process. Are they at idea? Are they years in? Like, where are they and where are they going? And I thought it was just such a fun way to do it on a Friday night, and I really can't wait to do it again. And with that being said, I wanted to jump into today's topic, this quick little kick in the pants that maybe you need, but I always want these episodes to be a little bit more than just motivation. Motivation is great, right? Sometimes we do need that kick in the pants and that reminder, to get things done and to show up and to do. But that is not me. That's not my style. As you know, I'm really slow in the mornings. And if I were to wake up and even hear a motivational podcast, I'd probably just be like, no. Good for you. I'm so happy you're getting up. But I like to do things a little bit slower. And that's what this community and this podcast is all about. It's about doing things your way, however that is. And if you're a do, you go, girl. I love that for you. And if you're someone who takes things a little slower, maybe needs a little bit more time to process things, maybe struggles with some different mental struggles that they have, I am here for you. And I really wanted to make a podcast episode that would both motivate you and help you to just see yourself in a different light. That's what this is all about. Seeing yourself in the way that you are and being okay with that, because society tells us we have to be one way and you don't. You don't. You get to do it your way, and it doesn't matter if that's unconventional. It doesn't matter if that's different than what the world is telling you you're supposed to do. Change it. Do it your way, because it's going to come out so much better if you do. So I wanted to talk to you today about excitement and anxiety. And you know that saying that they have when they're like, excitement and anxiety is the same feeling in your body, right? So just change your mind and tell yourself that it's excitement. And that's a great tool, right? Put that one in your pocket for on that next time that you're like trying to figure out if you're excited or if you're anxious. But I don't know about you. I know they're the same feeling in my body, but sometimes it's just easier to gravitate to one, or it truly does feel like both of them are there, right? I'm nervous for something and I'm excited for it to happen. And for some people, they can flip the switch, right? And they can be like, right, this is excitement, this is anxiety, right? I can distinguish the two. But if you're like me and you know that both of those feelings are there's definitely both of them, then this podcast episode is for you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to tell anxiety it's just excitement, right? Because anxiety doesn't have a rational thought in our head. It just is there, right? And for you to just try to flip the switch and to hide it and to suppress it and to just like cover it up, I'm picturing like you putting it under a rock and like just like putting the rock there and be like, my anxiety's gone. It doesn't work like that. And what I've been doing recently, as all of these big things and expansive things are happening in my life, I have been feeling both excitement for the growth and anxiety and nervousness for the work that comes with it, the putting myself out there and being really vulnerable in front of people, the idea that I might mess up, all of these things that we feel. There's excitement for big, expansive things, but there's also that level of nervousness around what is natural for us to feel as we go into the unknown. So if you're feeling both nervousness, anxiousness, and excitement, there's a couple things that you can do. Definitely do not put it under a rock. Don't try to suppress one and focus on the other. I think that's what happens when we think like good emotions and bad emotions, right? The same as like good food and bad food. It's starting to get out there. It's like no such thing as bad foods, right? It's the same thing with your emotions. There's no such thing as bad or negative emotions. Anger is not less than happiness, right? And making sure that we're looking at all of our emotions on an even playing field. They're data points. They're there to tell us something. And I know it's not always logical why we're feeling things, right? If you just all of a sudden had a bit of anger or all of a sudden you're feeling nervous, trust it. Ask yourself why. And if you're into the human design world, which a lot of you know that I am, sometimes there can be other reasons for it. Maybe you're absorbing it from someone else. It all depends on what's in your chart, but really get clear. Is this mine? Why am I feeling this? And use it as a way for you to understand yourself better. When I'm feeling both emotions, for me, it's often excitement and anxiousness. Two things can be happening at once, right? So when we tell ourselves to turn off one and focus on the other, you're doing yourself a disservice. So look at both. What I typically do, and as you know, I'm a journaler. I really love to spend time focusing on some of these things. So I will look at like what's causing the anxious feeling. Why am I feeling this? Okay, it's probably because there's a lot of details that I'm afraid I'm going to mess up on. Okay. There are things that, might not go the way that I picture it in my head. Or maybe like there's just so many different avenues to it. And so I'll make a list of the reasons on why I'm feeling this way. And then I'll also make a list. It's almost like a pros and cons list, right? It's like when you're back in middle school trying to figure out which boy you have a crush on. I have pros and cons for all of them, right? It's like that, but for your emotions. And I'll look at why I'm feeling excited, right? What about this is going to get me excited? Okay, this is a new opportunity. I'm going to meet new people. And that can also go on both lists sometimes, right? It can be this is going to be a really fun event, right? And like being excited for the fun that's going to come with it. There's so many different reasons for you to be feeling both excitement and anxiousness. And look at them again like data points. One is not better than the other. We don't need to suppress one in order to elevate the other. Two things can be happening at the same time. So the next time you're nervous and excited, look at them. Look at why. And once you have your lists, are there things that you can change in order to help alleviate some of the emotions that might be causing more stress on your body, right? Anxiousness and nervousness does cause stress in our body. So does excitement, right? If it's the same thing, they're both going to cause stress in our body. So how can I help myself feel better in these scenarios and to help me walk into things feeling most like myself, right? That's the goal always, to feel like ourselves, to be able to walk into a room and have the confidence to be you and to be accepted as who you are, exactly as you are. So what can you do today to make yourself feel a little bit better walking into a scenario where maybe two emotions exist? For me, it's just preparation. Checking the boxes and feeling like I have the things that I need. I didn't forget anything. And also walking into it, I say affirmations because one of my biggest contributors to anxious feelings is often judgment from other people, right? So if I can get really comfortable and confident in who I am, that feeling is going to subside a bit more, right? It doesn't matter what other people think of me. And some of those affirmations can include things like I allow myself to be seen exactly as I am. I am important. I am worthy, right? There's so many pieces that come around it that society has told us to hide from. So we have to retrain our brain. And sometimes it takes saying things to ourselves that might feel a little weird, but really can make a big difference in how you walk into a room and how you can subside some of those feelings that are causing stress in your body. And I just want to remind you, if you're feeling two emotions at the same time, even sadness and happiness, fear and excitement, right? These things that we have, you're not alone. You're not alone in feeling these things and in having multiple emotions at the same time. And just remember that one is not better than the other. We're having them for a reason. Use them as data points and really dive into why you're feeling this way today. I am sending you a big ol' hug on this Monday, and I hope you have a beautiful week. I'll talk to you soon. What's up, sis? I am so glad we could hang out today. If you love this episode, send it to a friend or share it on your social media and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me sprinkle some confidence in the world. And don't forget, you are magic. Let's show the world your shine.